Hello, everybody. Welcome to a special Sunday afternoon session where I come back on and I finish out all readings from this morning's session that I did not get to. I did complete all donations and all of my YouTube channel member monthly free readings in the morning session. I did not get to any other free readings. So if you had a request in the chat this morning, you're going to be completed in this session. There's no chat in here. I'm not taking any new requests, but if you're, I will be back next Friday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time for more free readings. If you're interested, we also have, for my YouTube channel members, I have 2 levels, Zen Cricket and Praying Mantis. We meet during the week as well. So Zen Cricket is $2.99 a month. Praying Mantis is $7.99 a month. Both get together on Wednesday evenings for 2 hours, at least from 6 p.m. to at least 8 p.m. normally. And then my Praying Mantis members have a special session just for them on Thursday for a few hours. And then they also get after Friday and Saturday and my Sunday sessions, Friday and Saturday night sessions and Sunday sessions. There's an extra hour at least there for them as well. They also get advanced access to all of my videos that I create and put out on a weekly, monthly, quarterly basis, all of those videos. So if you're interested, there's a link down below for that. You also get prioritization in the sessions where, like on Fridays and Saturdays, when I don't always come back on to complete free readings, they are guaranteed I will come back and make sure they get messages that day. So not a bad price for $2.99 or $7.99 a month. So be sure to check that out. I also offer personal readings. There's a separate link down in the description box for that as well. All right, I think that is it. So we will jump in here. All right, just making sure here. YouTube does say we are live. So that is good. Hello, everybody. Might have been blabbing for no reason, but so thank you. All right, so we have, let me see here about, let me just get a kind of a little rough estimate, 20, 30, maybe 40, 30, 40 free readings. These will go faster. They're 1 to 2 cards each, so these will go a little faster than the normal donation readings where we deep dive. So hang in there. We'll get through them. All right. So first up, we have Morning. So hey, Morning. You'd like a general reading for next week. So let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know about next week. All right. So one card came flying out. All right. Well, evidently, you got the 4 of Hearts and the Page of Hearts coming in. Normally the Cup suit in the major regular tarot anyway. And this is a change of heart that's coming in here. The 4 of Hearts can represent kind of, it's emotional stability, but it almost is like stagnant. Normally it has someone leaned up against a tree. 3 cups down below, they're kind of bored with it. They're like, meh. They're like, you can tell by the look on their face, they're just like, oh, well, not fulfilling. And then there's an Ace of Cups that comes from the side that offers this new love, this higher love. And the Page of Hearts holds the Ace of Cups. It's a new love, an upgraded love that is headed towards you here. Now, it is, I feel like they're telling you a general for next week is you're just getting to this point where you're realizing that things in the outside world just aren't fulfilling you, whether it's people, job, whatever of the outside world. That's what those 3 cups are. Relationships, situations like jobs, education, whatever. And the things, our bodies, our bank accounts, our possessions, that they're just not bringing that fulfillment. Well, that's what the Ace of Cups offers in both of these, is turning inward and upward and connecting to your inner love, remembering who you really are, that you are made of this unconditional love. And so this brings in great energy for you next week. Awareness, transformation. You're ready to move to a new stage of self-love, which then, of course, excuse me, all of our relationships in the outside world are reflective of our self-love. So as your love increases, your ability to give and receive love and the vibration you draw in changes. So I feel like next week is a big awareness around I'm just not feeling satisfied by those cups of the outside world. They can't fill you up. You have to turn inward and upward. You fill up there. It doesn't mean you stop wanting things in the outside world. You just stop like desperately needing it, right? To where you fill up and overflow, whatever comes to in the outside world then feels like above and beyond extra instead of falling short. So I like that awareness that's coming in for you next week. So yay. It's the freedom that comes with that and joy that starts to rise. So I love that for you. So that's what they have for you, morning. So many blessings to you. And then new love, you are up next. So hello, hello. So how would it be if you contacted CL, you were friends many years ago? All right, based on current energies, if you reached out to CL, all right. So what we got here? All right. Well, there is this 10 of trees, 10 of pentacles, does talk about relationship, fullness of the outside world. 7 of hearts, a lot of different emotions that would bubble up and, come from it. But overall, with the 10 of pentacles, 10 of trees, it's an abundance, it's a victory, it's a fullness from it. So it would bring some abundance and a fullness of life. Just a lot of different emotions do arise. It's emotional confusion a little bit as you guys try to figure things out. So it just might be a little. I think the 7 of cups kind of feels like a little bit of awkwardness until you guys get reacquainted. But then I just feel like you guys can pick up like that. So I feel like that's encouraged to you know connect and relationship doesn't mean that it will be romantic, but it does mean that you can create this relationship and bring it back. So there you go. All right, so that's what they have for you, new love. Many many blessings to you. And then Maria P, hello hello. So this was your free reading. Thanks for your donations earlier. What thoughts does Walter have when we always have dates and hang out? So when you guys have dates and hang out, what are his feelings, his thoughts, not feelings? What does he think when you guys hang out? Oh, boo 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 boo. Interesting that we're asked his thoughts, and you got 2 thoughts cards with angels, which are the swords. This is good. The 2 of swords is about um and this interesting with this combination the he always learns. It's like you see things sometimes from different perspectives, and you guys talk about things, and you with this page of swords, it's about seeing things from different perspectives, seeing things from a higher perspective, transformational. And it's you guys talk. I mean, you guys talk a lot. You guys have some great deep conversations and great conversations, but just talking about things and the way you approach things, I just feel like one of the big things he takes away, because everyone else, I mean, there can be romance and hinky pinky and doing all that other stuff that you can do that with anyone, right? Everyone can do that usually. But when you can have people that have conversations that make you think and give you perspective and really make you think about things and look at your life differently, that's big. And I feel like that's what is coming through in the cards here is, some of the thoughts he has is like, wow, this is really good. I love being able to have someone that I can talk through things without turning into an argument, but talk about life, not, discuss things, not argue about things, and someone that can carry on a conversation and that you guys have like this intellectual match that he just really enjoys that. So that's one thing that they want to bring through there for you. And that's what they have for you, Maria. So many blessings to you. All right. And then we have Patricia. Hello, Aquarius baby. So, birthday messages for you, January 23rd. All right. Well, happy early birthday to you. I'm an Aquarius sun as well, as I know you know. So, woo, woo, woo. They have, I think they have it, they call it, what does they call it? It's not decadence. It's called something like that. But they split out each sign by into three separate sections. And even within like a sign, each of the three different areas brings in a different flavor of Aquarius. So we're similar because mine's the 12th, but I love that there's uniqueness within our uniqueness. All right, so let's see here. What does Spirit want you to know about your birthday? Your birthday message here. All right. So, sorry, I got this lint all over my here. You got two nights here, which is about movement and action. And this is going to be great. I feel the Knight of Hearts, of course, is the movement of emotion, movement of love that comes in here. And the Knight of Trees, the Knight of Pentacles, both of these have a quest, right? The Knight of Pentacles has this quest. I'm so sorry, excuse me a moment. You wouldn't think I'm on a clear liquid diet for a procedure tomorrow, and you think Jello would make me phlegmy. So sorry about that. But the Knight of Pentacles is on a journey of looking at their self-worth and relationship to the outside world in a different way. And the Knight of Hearts is a pursuit of self-love too. So I feel like this is a pinnacle. This is the beginning of a new adventure around the sun. You know, your next rotation around the sun till your next birthday is such a beautiful quest of expanding your self-worth, expanding your self-love, and it just feels like it's a spark that happens on the 23rd of your birthday, right? And, there also is this message over this next year. You've been patiently waiting, you know, with the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight out of them all. It's like there's been this slow movement, but this is giving you time to raise your love vibration, to raise that's raising your self-love, your self-worth, your love vibration, so that you'll be drawing in someone different. This Knight of Hearts, this Knight of Cups does represent movement and love coming into your life over this next year. But this slowness that's been going on has been giving you the time not to draw in lower vibrational, you know, doing what we've always did, get what we've always gotten, but bringing in a higher vibration. And so when it slows things down, it's giving us time. And as you raise your love vibration, things speed up, and that's what draws in this love here. So a beautiful, beautiful kind of a big high picture view of this next year rotation around the sun for you. But you're going to be so different by the end of this next by your next birthday, just in your um, transformation of who you are becoming. If you haven't checked out your energy forecast for 2025, check my main page there up towards the top. It's for each element. And so be sure to check that out if you haven't already. And if you're looking for what's my love going to look like, you can check your Venus sign, your moon sign. If you want to know about work, then check out where your Saturn sits in your birth chart. Look up that sign. Can give you a lot of input on that area of your life for this next year too. So I'm excited for you. So happy birthday to you. That's what they want you to know right now. So many blessings. And then Highness, you are up. When will you get a job? All right, let's take a look here. Get some guidance from Spirit here. Help, help, help. All right. Well, you do have here, you've got the Page of Trees, Page of Pentacles. So it's a new opportunity opening up here. You got the King of Swords, who's the master of education, the master of communication. So I feel like it's going to be very soon here because, you know, new opportunity coming very soon. But the air energy of this king is very flowing. Now, if you are interested in some sort of training program or going back to school or something where you're learning something new, it's very supported here. In fact, this is kind of saying, look at things from a different perspective. The King of Angels, the King of Swords, normally has the Ace of Swords, which is about seeing things from a different um, viewpoint, different perspective, letting some old beliefs go down. And it kind of has this little energy of when you're searching for a job, if you're looking like for a job that you've always done before and what you have experience in, and well, it's a thing to do. Like if you do a search engine for jobs and you select customer service, you get that limited view of what's available out there. And I feel like there's something new, something bigger out there for you. So don't limit the searches, just search for jobs and just look in your area and go, that interests me, huh? And I feel like it's because it's all about learning something new, expanding your knowledge, expanding your abilities. So, hopefully that helps. But I feel like the thing is you'll find a job sooner if you don't limit your searches. Look for something more and don't be afraid to go to something that they'll train you in. If they don't need training, we'll train you. And you're like, I don't know, go give it a try. And follow your heart, follow your joy too. You know, um, I feel like you could get something really, really soon. I mean, like here we are, what, January 19th, January 20th. It feels like 10 days. If you really just, I feel like you'll find something that you really are interested in within the next 10 days by the end of January. And I feel like you'll start working in February if you'll do that. If you keep limiting your search, it's going to be a while because I feel like the reason why you're not finding something in the normal jobs that you look for is because your heart's like, no more torture. I want to go do something I enjoy. So hopefully that helps, Highness. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All righty. And then we move to Minnie Heel. Hello, Minnie Heel. So, uh, what important thing is coming towards you soon? All right. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? What's the next important thing that's coming away? I don't want those. I want that one. All right. Wow. So the next big important thing that's headed towards you, I mean, you do have here the 10 of Pentacles, which is fullness of life. It's my partnership card too. And you got the 4 of Wands, which is joy and celebration. It's also like could mean wedding. Not necessarily that you're going to get a wedding, but I feel like there's the big that and the next big important event that's like major arcana, like wow, important. I feel is like you're going to be invited to some sort of celebration, some sort of get together. That's a celebration of joy, something that people are, usually people celebrate that. Um, but this is where it brings in this fullness, it brings in this opportunity where you meet someone and it's just like it feels full and you're like, wow, I haven't felt like this in a long time where someone was really interested and I feel like they ask you about you and tell me about you and what do you do instead of someone that's like, oh, me, let me tell you. And then 4 hours later, you're like, and they're like, what about you? And you're like, I gotta go. I don't have any energy left to talk about me. We talked about you for 4 hours. It's not that. It's like someone who's really engaged. And I like it because I feel like this is the beginning of an important friendship, uh, a relationship of some kind. It can be romance, but it can also be best friend or even reacquainting yourself with a family member you haven't seen in a long time. But I feel like that's the next big thing is there's going to be a gathering of some sort, wedding, birthday, anniversary, some sort of celebration of something. And this is where you bump into someone where you really, really click with them and you develop this important relationship in your life. So I like that for you, Minnie Hill. So many blessings to you. All right. And then M, you are up next. So who is coming towards you in love soon? Woo, woo. All right. Let's take a look here. who is coming towards you in love soon? All right. All righty. Oh, how fun. So, wow. You're going to recognize this person right away. You got the 6 of Cups, which is past life connection energy. The 9 of Angels is normally the 9 of Swords, which is nightmare and insomnia. That doesn't, in this case, this guardian, you can see how this person's guarding over this person. They, an important thing of this past life connection of this person that you meet is that they were one of your spirit guides in a past life. And then we do that. I know it's kind of interesting when we get into past lives. I do past life readings, and all this that comes through is like, really? Wow. And we rotate through. Sometimes we choose to go down and not, or we pass away sooner and then we become someone's spirit guide. But this is all about past life connections. And in a past life, they were a spirit guide for you while you walked upon the earth. It's a very intimate relationship. Excuse me. Because they know every thought, every emotion, everything we go through in life in the lifetime that they're the spirit guide. Honestly, everyone on the other side can do this, but spirit guides do have this walking alongside us upon the earth kind of energy, which is even more so than anyone else tapping in. But you'll recognize them. I spirit jokes sometimes like that they'll be glowing in the dark and a rainbow shooting out of their butt, and you're like, oh, there they are, because it's going to be that obvious, the amount of draw you have towards one another, the familiarity that you have one another, the comfort level you have with one another. It's just going to be like, wow, I feel like I'm home. And it is, because you guys are so close and you've had so many different relationships throughout many lifetimes in all different aspects, lovers in several. And so in this one, you're like, wow, it just feels like you're bumping into the best friend that you haven't seen in a very long time. It's that kind of comfort level. So that's who's coming towards you in love soon. And it feels, I mean, very substantial for your life. This could be your soul partner who you end up with the rest of your life. But like I said, you're not going to have to wonder, I wonder if that's them. If you're wondering if it's them, it's not them, because you're going to be like, oh, hell, there they are. All right. So that's what they have for you, M. So many blessings to you. How exciting. All right. And then up next, we've got, hi, my name is Flo. So, Flo, you want to know what are E's feelings and expectations about you? All right. Let's take a look here. What's going on in the mind of E here? So, what are their feelings? And feel like, okay, we're going to take both of those. For expectations about you. So feelings towards you, got the Knight of Stars, the Knight of Wands. There's a lot of passion, energetic attraction here. So they're very like physically, energetically attracted to you. Like, wow. Not emotion, not like heart, but body and passion, like very attracted to you. What are their expectations of you? All right. Well, that's good. You know, it always starts with attraction, but we got the Page of Hearts, Page of Cups, and the Ace of Trees, Ace of Pentacles. So they do see you here. Their expectations about you, I just feel like they want to evolve into romance, love. And this Ace of Pentacles is about a new adventure. It's about new opportunities in the physical realm too. And but that feels like on the shelf kind of stuff with them. I feel like they start off with passion and intimacy in that, and then if they feel that's going to work out, then they can say, okay, then this can lead towards love. This can lead towards growing a life together in the physical world. So those are the kind of the intentions, expectations, like this is what can happen, but this has to happen first, which, we're always taught, well, I'm not going to give the milk away for free. You'll never buy the cow, but, they're like, this is what they're comfortable with because it's less painful. And they've had, and this is like kind of they learn through their own experiences, but I feel like they kind of learn through watching their parents. And I feel like their parents broke up and they saw their parents go through many breakups. And so they're like, you know, before you give your heart away, make sure everything else works good, So hopefully that makes sense, Flo. But and it doesn't mean that you have to do that. You can be like, nope, that energy does not align with mine. You don't have to think that, well, then maybe that's the best I can do. No, if it doesn't align with your energy, then go, nope, that's all right. I want someone to romance me first. I want someone to show me because, maybe you're the reverse of that, right? It's like, no, I want to make sure you can love and you're capable of growing a life together before I give you something that's very, special to me. I'm not going to give that to you. So don't give up on your values on what you feel you want for you. All right. So that's what they have for you, Flo, because there's people out there that will match that. So it's not your only option. Okay. All right. So many blessings. All right. And then Ateshi Singh, you are up. So you want to know what our SSP and DK's current feelings towards you. All right. So we'll pull a card for SSP, and then here is one for DK. All right. Actually, those are reversed. Okay. I'm like, all right. So SSP, all right. They have this Ace of Hearts. They do have this love for you here. And so, um it doesn't feel like romantic love, but it feels like I'm just sitting in their energy for a moment because it's are these cousins? Because they're showing me like one of my cousins, and it's like we get along and we have this great relationship, and you're like, yeah, you know, it's like we're the same. We get each other. Yeah, always have your back. It's that kind of energy that's coming in here with SSP. It's like, yeah. DK, DK, we got the four of pentacles, the four of trees here, which is about, yeah, it's there. I don't feel like they have a whole lot of attachment to either way. They're like, hey, there you are, da, da, da," and if they don't see you, it just feels like they're just okay. There's nothing big, nothing small. They have no ill feelings, but they don't have like I want to hang, like I want to be friends with you. But SSP feels like they're drawn to you. And it could be that SSP, I mean, they're more of maybe they're a water sign, they're more emotional and they're more attached, whichever relates. If I got the cards out of order, just apply it appropriately. One of them, very emotional, one very grounded and very um, just neutral. Um, but there's not anything huge about those things. So hopefully that helps going in there. I feel like Spirit is saying, what other people feel about you varies by moment, by day, by what they're going through their own filters. If they feel sick, they feel that reflects on how they see everyone else. When they feel great, it reflects on how they see everyone else. What you can glean more from and investing your energy into is what are your feelings towards them because they're mirroring back some things how you feel about yourself. That's where you can learn from with your energy with that. When we're concerned about how other people feel about us, what they're thinking about us and doing all that, it's none of our business. It has nothing to do with us. People's actions and feelings are all a reflection of how they feel about themselves. So it has very little to do with us. So I feel like take that as you will with that. If you want to reflect on that and go, yeah, let me focus on me, because how I feel about myself is what I reflect back out onto the world, right? Okay. So that's what they have for you, Teshi. So many blessings to you. I know that was kind of deep. All right. So, musical beer, you are up next. So, what are Taurus's current thoughts about you? All right. So, what are Taurus's current thoughts about you? All right. So, this is going on inside their noggin, like I was just saying. It's very reflective of how they feel about themselves and how they see the world. Little to do with just you, right? So, their thoughts about you here. Okay. So, the Two of Angels, which is the Two of Swords, does talk about that it depends on the moment, like we were just talking about. One moment they're thinking this way, the other next moment they're thinking this way, because they're changing their minds about things in life because they're changing and they perceive things differently and their emotions are changing each moment, which impact how they think about things. And so it's always in flux. It's never really just like they have a specific fixed thought. I feel about you. I feel like they're always going back and forth in their head. One thing though that does stand out is this seven of they call it seven of stars here, which is the seven of wands. They do see you as someone who's like the sun, who doesn't, I don't need to defend myself. I don't need to explain myself. I don't dim my light for anyone. I don't ask permission to shine. I am me. And that's the way they perceive you anyway, that you have this faith in yourself. And it's not arrogance, it's confidence. You know who you are, and you don't change who you are for anyone because you're like, what? But you still care about what people think, obviously, because you're asking about what their thoughts are about you. But ultimately, even if you find out how they think about you, it doesn't mean you're going to change. You're almost as stubborn as a Taurus, right? But you're fixed. You're just like, I am me. And that's how it rolls with me. So if you don't like me for who I am, well, maybe you need to look in the mirror, right? But that's how they perceive you, as someone who's confident and that, which doesn't mean, I mean, if you're like, that's not me at all, it's like, well, this is how they see you. So whatever's going on inside of them, they've got this, kind of perception of you as that up on a hill, even maybe a little bit of, I don't know if I can come up there on the hill with you. I don't think I deserve to be up like that. So I feel like it kind of challenges their self-worth a little bit. They can be intimidated a little bit by your brightness, and that's all right. You're not intimidating, because we can only be intimidated, and that has to do with my low self-esteem if I'm intimidated by you. That this is me. You're not intimidating. I am being intimidated. So hopefully that helps, musical beer. That's what they have for you right now. Many blessings. And Minu, you are up next. Oh, I love that skull next to your name there. That's super cool. I'd have to add that. You want to know? Okay, so I want to know that the major party marriage you said coming in soon. Is it a family function or someone outsider will invite you? Oh, okay. Absolutely. So that event that you're going to be invited to, is it a family or non-family? All right. When in doubt, go to mall. I'm just kidding. Let's take a look here. All right. So you got the Four of Trees, the Four of Pentacles, which represents, it's the energy of home. And the Five of Swords represents a battle between the head and the heart. Maybe some conflict. That definitely sounds like a family gathering. So it does feel family energy, because it does feel it's funny, right? It's like here in the United States, right? Thanksgiving, oh, no. It's people are gonna argue, people it's like when you get family together, oh, there's drama. Sometimes, like when it's going to a friend's event or someone you don't know, there's not drama because you don't know anybody else, but, when it's family and you got all this history of all this past with all this family, you're like, "Oh gosh, here we go. There's Uncle George drinking again. Whoop, drama's gonna happen." So I feel like it is a family function that you're going to. Too funny. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. Many blessings to you. And then macaroni. Hello, hello. A general for the next 48 hours. Let's take a look here. A general for the next 48 hours. That's still cracking me up about the family. All right. All right. Wow. So you do have this 8 and 9 progression that's here. The 8 of stars, the 8 of wands, is about a lot of energy, a lot of activity that's coming in here. So it seems to be in the next 40 hours, there's just a lot of communication, a lot of energy flow. So just a lot of events, maybe not maybe necessarily events, but just a lot of instances of a lot of energy being invested. So it's go, 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 go over these next 48 hours, it feels. The 9 of hearts, the 9 of cups does tell me that this is something that it brings you happiness, though. I feel like all this energy that is you're pouring out is because you're following your heart or something that you're enjoying doing, but it does feel like, okay, because of this, I'm pursuing something that makes me feel good. Even it's a dream come true kind of card. So you could be investing a lot of energy towards something that feels like your dream over the next 48 hours. Like, okay, and it's worth it because it makes you feel happy. And so it's energy well invested. So follow your heart, follow your joy, and let that energy flow into it. And I feel like it's definitely worth it for you to do that. All right. So hopefully that makes sense to you there, Macaroni. That's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. Take a little drink here. All right. So, Swaroop Bobby, you are up. So, will you get a new job in the next 2 months? So, based on current energies, are you headed toward a new job within the next 2 months? um, Not with your current energy. You've got the acceptance card, which is the temperance card, which is patience, right? It's slowly unfolding and slowly coming here. But you got the death and the rebirth card coming in here. And this is a metamorphosis. This is a change. So I like this because it's saying, even when I said based on current energy, it's like they were showing me that they wanted to specifically say that for you because you can change your energy and it can come in sooner and you can get a new job in the next 2 months. But the change, the release, the death and rebirth has to do with thoughts and beliefs and where you're investing your energy. So, and what I mean by that, like, let's say, so like if I'm saying, I want a new job, I need a new job, I fear I won't get a new job. What my energy is doing when I'm focusing in on that, and that's where my energy is at, the fear of something, um, our energy invites that energy in. When I say I fear I'm not going to get a new job, my energy is saying I don't want a new job, and so it pushes it further away. If I'm wanting a new job or feel like I'm needing a new job, if I get a new job, I won't want or need anymore. So it pushes it away because my energy is saying I enjoy wanting, not having, wanting and needing a new job. So how do we do that? How do we change our energy? We go to gratitude instead. Gratitude is the energy that invites. Fear and want need pushes away. I know, isn't that interesting how that happens? I learned that in my job when I was in corporate life because I would put like 4 times as much energy into trying to get promoted and get, raises and bonuses and get zilch and get meets expectations. Like, what the heck? So I would like, it's not worth it. So I'd stopped investing all the energy, just went to work and started enjoying what I did and was grateful. Oh yeah, I'm making good enough money. I'm not starving. I have extra. I'm good. All right, but I just started focusing on helping my peers, my customers, my manager, and then boom, promotions, raises, everything that I worked so hard for, doing a fourth of the work, I got it because the energy was different. And I learned I was wanting, wanting, wanting. I pushed it away. And I was, but when I had gratitude about what I had and just began to focus on the joy and the love of things, it draws it in, right? And so that's what you can do. You can start looking at, of course, we can ask the creator, I'd like a new job. Ask them once. They have a great memory. We don't need to remind them ever again. Just say, okay, I trust you're going to bring me the perfect position and the perfect timing and the perfect way. In the meantime, show me what I can do. If there's something I can do to help move along to find a new job, I'm open. I'm so grateful. Um, and, I'm grateful for all the jobs I have had. So this job, something I loved about it and was grateful for about it. Maybe you'll find more than one thing in a job that you were grateful for, but start making a list of the stuff that you loved about the jobs you've had in the past. And then that draws in something that matches that, right? So hopefully that helps for you, Swaroop. So many blessings to you. That's what they have for you right now. All right. And then Infinity. So, Infinity, thank you for your donation earlier as well for your free reading. You want to know, why did L stop talking to you? Was it because of your political arguments? Oh, joy, joy. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Arguments, right? So let's take a look here. So one is, we'll ask why. Why did they stop talking to you? All right. And then we'll just verify, did political arguments have anything to do with it? Yeah, no one likes to be told that they're wrong or be questioned, right? No, they don't want any of those. So I did political. All right, thank you. Okay. So the reason why they stopped talking to you, you have they call it the Divine Order card. This is the Justice card. This is the balance out of normally this card, we'll put it this way, is about capital T truth, seeing things from a higher perspective, cutting away our fears, cutting away our small t truths. It's reminding me of the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords kind of tells us kind of similar energy in it, that it's like when I have small t truths rooted in fear, I will try to prove them right, that my small t truth is more truer than your small t truth. And when both are wrong, because there's a higher perspective from a place of unconditional love, from a place of the heavenly realms, right? So we have these beliefs and thoughts that we grow up with, and we create these opinions, but they're not, they're just human opinion based in fear, not in higher vibration, right? Capital T truth doesn't have to be defended, it is truth. Small t truth, people try to defend. So there is the arguments, it is the that you both were butting heads because neither of you were giving ground. You know, you weren't coming into divine order and balancing, trying to see things from each other's perspective. It's like you were listening to each other, preparing for the rebuttal, not really listening to what someone had to say. Only listening so I can poke holes in what you have to say, because you need to believe what I think you need to believe, right? And political arguments did have something to do with it. Was part of it all, but I feel like it was just a pattern of things between the two of you. Page of Stars, Page of Wands is fieriness, is rah, heightened it. And I like this, that curiosity is here. That's what was lacking. Um, And that's what happens in, especially here in the United States. We've got um, political parties who don't listen to each other. They're just trying to prove their points, right? But that's how they say offering a hand across the aisle and it gets slapped away. And it happens because I'm not taking the time to try to understand where you're coming from, like, you know, pro-life versus, um, you know, women having rights to their own body. It's like, um, one is like an emotional, well, both are emotional, but some people have a root in their belief of protecting the unborn child, and religious beliefs that are tied to these things. And out of fear, they're just like, no, no one can do this. Someone has to protect those unborn children. And then, from someone else is like, well, that's my choice. Isn't that between God and me? And, what about if it's going to kill me? And don't I have the right to, make these decisions and all the reasons. But, people don't take the time to be curious about where are you coming from? Where can we compromise? Where is there a middle ground? Let me hear what you have to say. I don't know it all. It's the not knowing and allowing ourselves to be open minded, right? And so it's more the stubbornness between and the fixedness you guys had in a lot of positions in your life, political and otherwise, that they were just like, I just need to um, not argue anymore. So, and they would rather do that, um, you know, because arguments happen when two people are in fear. You know, a battle takes two, right? A fight takes two. An argument takes two. So it's like, okay, you know, in order to have peace and to be able to have conversation and not arguments, it requires open mindedness between the two. So that's what they have. I know. Well, what a deep concept, but but that's what's coming in Infinity right now. Okay. Many blessings to you. Right. And then we have Mangala Shiva Prasad. I hopefully came close to that. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced it horribly. Many blessings to you. And when do you see improvements in your marriage? You're still unable to resolve issues with your husband, not much communication with you. All right. Let's take a look here. Let's see what Spirit has for you. When do we see improvements? Yeah. Well, we have the Nine of Stars, Nine of Wands, and we have the Knight. So the Knight and the Nine of Wands and Stars here. The Nine of Wands, one of my and it does represent, it can be a block because it has perseverance. It's like, there's this blockade that's there, and there very much is this quest with the Knight of Wands for the Ace of Wands, which is they're questing to find the Ace of Wands to step into their power, to take their power back, right? And when we're looking at this, what this all means, and even the Nine of Wands, it's like you're walking down this canyon, high walls, and then here's these nine giant wands stabs across where you can't get through because they're too close together. One is glowing, which is your Ace of Wands, which is what this Knight of Wands is on a quest for. So perfect combination of cards here. You reach out and you take your power back, and you realize whatever I focus on is what grows and expands in my life. I can't control anyone else. I can only focus in on my energetic choices. And by that, I mean, like, if we're focusing on fear, if we're focusing on want and need, And lower vibrational energies of stress and anxiety, all those that are rooted in that lower vibration, we just invite more of it. We're growing that because that's where we're focusing our magic wand, right? But we switch that on, let me focus on higher vibration. That's going to create movement, right? And when I take my magic wand, it also creates the space for me to walk through this blockade. Now, this may mean that it's not going to have the improvement or resolution that you're wanting, or your ego, your human side is wanting for your relationship with your husband. Could be that when you start going, all right, creator, I'm instead of focusing on what's not happening, I'm going to focus on trusting you. You're going to bring the perfect resolution and the perfect timing in the perfect way. Things are being drawn out because the situation is happening for you to realize things and look at your fears, grow your self-love, grow your self-worth, grow your empowerment, grabbing your Ace of Wands, realizing I'm the one that controls my life. And if this individual doesn't want to be in it, maybe this is happening for me, you know? And you can just start having gratitude. Gratitude, you can have gratitude around them. And if we focus on who they're not being, we just get more of that, of not being who we want them to be, right? We focus on the gratitude for who they have been, what they have given me, who they are. You start having true energy of gratitude around those things, and unconditional love and joy and laughter, and raising that vibration that draws in things that match that. And it could be, as you're going through this process, you realize it's okay because I don't want this marriage either. I don't want the marriage we had, and they don't either. And maybe this is an opportunity for me to move past this barrier instead of holding on to the fears of, no, I must. It's about changing that energy, and that's what creates the flow and the difference. So hopefully that makes sense. But that's what they have for you right now. The when things change is when you start changing your energy, because when we're focusing on that lower vibration, we're just going to continue to go in the cycle and grow that same thing over and over again. We can't expect to do the same things and get a different result, right? We need to do something different to get a different result. So hopefully that helps. Sending lots of love. I know relationships, that always a roller coaster of joy and disappointment, right? So much love to you. Hang in there. All right. So, and then we have Brenda Tejada. Hey, Brenda. Thank you so much for your donation earlier today. And you want to know how the Billy Goat towards you. So we did your reading around that for you guys today, but you want to know what's coming up for the rest of the month for you. And you said feeling very, and it kind of went off, but I think we understood what was going on. So let's take a look here and see what for the coming month for the rest of you too. Yeah, the spirit wants you to know. Okay. Yeah. So there is joy. There is joy. There is celebration with the Three of Cups, Three of Hearts. You also have the Seven of Hearts, the Seven of Cups, which is a lot of emotional. And sometimes they say it's emotional confusion, but the energy I feel is just a lot of emotional choices. There's a lot of emotion that's flowing, a lot of opportunities to experience a wide variety of different emotions. And there's no right or wrong emotion. If a lower vibrational emotion comes up, that's for us to look at, right? If I have a fear come up, or a anger, or a any kind of judgment or anything, it just is showing us, okay, there's something. I have an old belief that I'm holding them to, and I can question that and free myself from a trigger. All the other emotions, like, oh, I love feeling this, I love feeling that, I love feeling this. So you got a lot of emotional choices, and it's a lot like the Lover's card, which is an emotional choice card, which is, we're taught that when certain people do certain things, that I am supposed to feel that way, but I don't have to. I get to choose. A lot of times we don't feel like we're choosing, but I feel like you've been really working on that over this last year, and you have, where you realize I get to choose how I feel. And you still do. And so some little sparks can still pop up here and there. Um, and that's okay, because that's just something revealing itself so it can be transformed and bring more freedom and expand more love. Like the tunnel of love that you can give and receive love through has we it gets filled with clogs of beliefs, right? And so as we're removing those clogs, flow comes more, bigger flow, right? And then every once in a while, we feel like, oh, I kind of sense there's a slight clog in there. And like, yeah, there still is some little remnants in there that make themselves known. But the more flow there is, like when there's a big honking chunk there, you don't see the little pebbles that are over here. You see this big boulder that's blocking the way. When you remove that over time, these little pebbles start to appear. Like these are, they because they don't have anything bigger than them, they seem bigger than they were before, but it's bringing it to you to remove that. So hopefully that makes sense. But I feel like a lot of emotional growth happening here for the rest of this month. So I like it for you. All right. So that's what they have for you, Brenda. Many blessings. And then Carmel Damon 24. Hello. So you want to know, why is Caleb thinking of you? Is he crushing on you? Oh, wow. Okay. Cards came flying out here. Oh, I guess so. You got the 9 and the 10 of hearts. Dream come true, joy overflowing, a ton of emotion with these cups, hearts energy here. So yeah, I would say that they are definitely crushing on you with this energy that's coming in here. Um, yeah, I mean, 9 of Cups is emotional, dreams come true, 10 of Cups is full and overflowing with emotion. So, no doubt. I mean, talk about a clear message, and those cards leaped out of the deck too. So it's almost not like a yes, but a hell yes, they are. So I don't know if that's good or bad on your part there, but I definitely feel like they're crushing on you. And I don't feel like if they haven't shared it with you, which with you asking, it seems like they haven't, right? Otherwise you wouldn't be asking unless you're like verifying, are they really? But I feel like with this, it's 9, 10 whoosh, overflow, that they're not going to be able to hold back from acting on these feelings for very long at all, because I feel like they're about to burst trying to hold in how they feel. So I love that. There you go, Carmel. So easy breezy, short and easy. Many blessings to you. All right. And then Pisces, you are up. You want to know, when will you meet someone romantically? Like in which month of 2025? All right. So let's take a look here. And sometimes these can be ranges. We'll see if they'll give me a range of months, or if it's going to be if they're going to zero in, because it's all based on current energies, and our energies change by our different choices and our emotional evolution. All right. All right. Wow, you got the Page of Hearts and the Knight of Angels. So pages would be like a number 11, and unfortunately the Knight would be number 12. November, December with current energies. But there's a hidden message within this for you too, which is, the Knight of Swords, Knight of Angels is about movement of thought and belief and mindset can change things. So when I'm saying based on current energies, when we have certain thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, that are rooted in fear, which is what we learned growing up, right? This is who someone is supposed to be in a relationship. This is what a relationship is supposed to bring and be and mean to me and mean to them and blah, blah, blah. Who I'm supposed to be in a relation. A lot of rules. That sucks the life out. It's lower vibration because it's so much that has us focus on what's not happening instead of gratitude around what is happening, right? So what they're saying here is November and December is your current energy, but if you question, what beliefs do I have around relationships? What fears do I have around a relationship, whether not getting one, being in one, what am I afraid will happen or won't happen in a relationship, and really look at those fears and look at the core root of those, the fear of rejection, the fear of not being good enough, the fear of them choosing someone else, of not being chosen, all that stuff that we have because of all these rules. But as you change things in that page of hearts, the page of cups is about turning inward and upward and finding your self-love, expanding your self-love, your self-worth, which means letting go of limiting thoughts and beliefs around ourselves that don't serve us anymore, emotions that don't serve us anymore, energy that doesn't serve us anymore, even physical things that don't serve us anymore. It's like a purging of all these lower vibrational things that tied us to old, that don't define us, that we told would and were, but you realize, no, I define who I am. I am unconditionally, eternally loved by spirit, creator, my higher self. That's the foundation of my worth, not someone else's opinions, actions, non-actions, words, or silence. Here is what defines me. And then you fill up, and then that changes the energy because it's taking that long to come, because in lower vibration, things move very slow. Higher vibration, things speed up and move faster. So as you raise your low vibration, it can come in earlier. But right now, November, December is the energy, right? So hopefully that helps, Pisces. Many blessings to you. All right. And then up next, we got Misha. So, Misha, will you get married in 2026? So, next year, will you get married in 2026? Wow. You got this, here's your emergence. You got the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Hearts. She rules over all emotion, very empathic, very connected with spiritual gifts. You have the Awakening, the Judgment card, which is your higher self, calling you to a higher place here. It doesn't feel like 2026 here for me because, and even with the 20 and the sixth sense, 26, it feels like next year is more of an internal expansion of connecting with you and your higher self. So I don't feel like 2026 that you get married. It feels more like high priestess energy, where you're kind of pulled back into your high priestess temple, focusing on connecting to your higher self, looking behind the veil, transforming your subconscious and emotional world. So I don't feel like 2026 is marriage for you, but it's great because all of that does help you for the future. I don't know if we asked about 2025 already, but let's just pull the card. But are you married in 2025? Did we ask that already in another session? Okay, no, transmission. Yeah, you're leaving behind old ways of thinking, moving to new ways of thinking. So no, 2025. So maybe 2027. We'll look here. But this is all about, focusing on this. Your heart, your self-worth, you. It's a time of focusing on you. And so current energy, not married in 2026. Doesn't mean that because I'm feeling like if you really use this movement inward and upward and focus on that, you can draw things in faster, but based on current energy, not married in 2026. Okay. All right. And then Momo 7, you are up next. What type of major changing transformation is coming towards you soon? Ooh, it's a year for it. I mean, all the astrology is about a huge year of transformation. It's even the year of the wood snake and the lunar year, the Chinese zodiac, which is all about shedding skin and the movement out into something new. So let's take a look here, Momo. What type of major changing transformation? Let's see what they want to share with you. All right. Yeah. Excuse me. You got the King of Stars, the King of Wands. It's like a lot like Emperor energy. And you got the Five of Angels, the Five of Swords energy. And the Five of Swords is, I feel like the transformation, there's an end of conflict between your head and your heart this year. And it's a withdrawal. So I feel like you're changing things. The King of Wands is the alchemist, it says on here. But like I said, it's Emperor energy where it's Aries, fire. I want to change things. You think of an emperor in a giant palace with a throne room full of advisors, blah blah blah, telling them who you're supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, must be. That's where the conflict comes in because it's like, well, people are saying they want this, but my heart wants this, but all these expectations say this, but my heart wants this. But everyone's saying this, but my heart, and then it's realizing I am the king of my own kingdom. I'm the emperor of my own empire. All right, everyone, clear the throne room. I'm about to decide what I want and make decisions. So there is a significant, whatever's been going back and forth between your head and your heart in your life, you're ready to follow your heart. You're ready to close your eyes, make a decision, make a plan, and take action. Very much entrepreneur energy, too. So if you've been struggling at work and you're like, no, I'm done, I'm going somewhere else, or struggling in a relationship, you're like, no, I don't see this energy is not matching up to who I am. I don't need to try to be something I'm not. Whatever area of this life it is, this is where you're having this change and this transformation. You have had it up to here. You are done. Um, but it's not running from, it's making a choice for you and following your heart and seeing where it takes you, following your joy, following your passion, instead of existing and trying to fit into a box that someone's created for you. So I like that for you, Momo. So many blessings to you. That's what they have for you right now. And then content, a general on your future partner. All right, let's see what the spirit wants you to know. A little tidbit. All right. I do those two here for you. Okay. Yeah. Well, it is definitely someone very mental, not in a inappropriate, crazy way, but a very cerebral, very big thinker, probably an air sign. You've got the because the Justice card kind of brings in Libra energy, and the Eight of Angels, the Eight of Swords, is air. It's mental, it's thinking, but it shows me that they've really have done a lot of thinking about who they are and revealing of small t truths and thinking that used to blind him and bind him, make him feel trapped and restricted. So they really have a good balance of seeing things from a bigger perspective. Very open minded, very relationship oriented with this Libra. Great communicator, right? Thank God. Tired of being with people who don't communicate, and you the one that like types paragraphs and they're like, cool. And you're like, I want someone to talk to me and communicate with me. Well, you're going to be like, oh my God, can you shut up? No, I'm just kidding. It won't be that bad. But they are very, very educated, um, very smart, very knowledgeable, very wise, but they also have a gift of communicating as well. So I like that. Um, I almost feel like they can be in a field that deals with communication. I mean, they could actually be with the Justice card, be involved in the justice system, lawyer, judge. I feel like it's someone, not like a police officer, that kind of thing. I feel like it's someone who does speak in front of others, lectures, or proceeds over things, trains. It's someone who does share information, share knowledge, share communication. They're very good at it, which is good because then you guys will have very beautiful communication. Right. So that's what they have for you, content. So many blessings to you. And then Benita Bala, hello, hello. So what are Sean's feelings for you? All right, let's take a look here. What are Sean's current feelings for you? Oh, none of those. What are Sean's current feelings for you? All right. Thought there was two there. So I know there's another card. I know there's another card. Do you need to see that one first, or are you going to give me the other one? Okay, no. First, here it is. Patience. Brudda-zen. All right. You know, it feels like here they've got the Knight of Swords here with the Knight of Stars, and they have the Death and Rebirth card here. So I feel quite honestly, there's this energy of they're still kind of caught up on an old ending. And this Knight of Swords is like the Knight of Angels. It's like a warrior energy that I'm feeling with it, but it's the mind. And what I'm seeing is the mind's protecting their heart from this past breakup, from this past painful, emotional energy that's there. And they're like, no, 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 no. You can't go feel for anyone for a while. You got some healing to do, and we're going to protect you. And so their mind is overriding their heart, not allowing their heart to express. And almost it feels like they're in a I see a picture of a heart in a straight jacket in a padded cell that's soundproof. It's like, no, 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 you had to be locked away for a while because you acting crazy. That's the mind, right? So they're I feel like feelings are existing deep, deep within them in that chamber, but it's not going to get out for a while because I feel like their mind has overridden their heart right now, and they're very much in their head and not in their heart. So I don't feel like they can express it. Um, so you know, they might express themselves through passion, but not through emotion. Passion is like energy and intimacy and touch and sex and that kind of thing. But emotion, they're like the heart is out of order. It's not allowed to function right now. So I know, Benita, but it's always perfect. It's like, all right, well, they need to go on their journey. They need to go through what they need to do. And whatever's meant for us never passes us by. But it gives us an opportunity, when we're not receiving that, to look at and do our own inner work, right? Whenever things are going slow with someone that we want to be with or are with or whatever, it gives us time to reflect on how we feel about ourselves and raising our love vibration, clearing away thoughts and beliefs that don't serve us anymore, emotions that don't serve us anymore, energy that doesn't serve us anymore, things in the physical world that don't serve us anymore. It's a great time of transformation on our own, right? So that's what's coming in for you, Benita. Sorry, much love to you. Hang in there. All right. And then Ms. Tenacity. Tenacity. Oh, I get it. That's great. I love the way you have it done. All right. So your question, what energy will be helping you increase your path to attracting the aligned partner this year? Oh, great question. Let's take a look. Thank you guys for hanging in there. I think we've got like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 8 or 9 more to go. So hang in there. All right. And I feel like this one. So what energy will help you increase your path? Yeah. Patience. Ugh. Well, you got temperance, the acceptance. They call it the acceptance and harmony, which is all about alchemy, and know that things are, you know, they usually have like 2 cups and they're going back and forth. And each time it goes back and forth, there is magic happening. There is progress being made. And before you know it, boom, it'll be there and it'll turn to gold. But it's the patience of the process going, oh, if I settle for it now, it's just going to be some odd looking base metal and it's not going to be good. It's like taking bread out of the oven too soon. You're like, ooh, it's just dough. Puh, you know. We want it to be, oh, that fresh baked bread coming out so perfectly done, right? And the 3 of Hearts, 3 of Cups is about joy So basically, and there's another message I'll get to in a sec, but we'll focus in on the energy. When I focus, and we talk about that a lot in love readings, because it's when we're going, how can I help find love? It's not focusing on that I want love, that I need love, or any fears of not having it, because that just slows it down. That just pushes it further away. The want and the need energy is a rejection energy. Is a I don't want. I want to be able to want. If I find love, I won't want it anymore because I'll have it. So my want energy pushes what I want away. Same with my need energy. I need this, but I enjoy needing. And if you give me what I need, I won't need anymore. So don't give me what I need. Okay, that's how our energy works. That's how power of attraction works. But if we focus on joy, gratitude, the things we love about, like if we had other relationships, the things we loved about those people in those relationships, right? We thank the creator that I ask you, I know I'd like to have a partner. Um, and I know you'll bring me the perfect person in the perfect way in the perfect timing. I'm just going to have gratitude the rest of the time. I ask them once, gratitude the rest of the time. And then you focus on raising your love vibration. You focus on which is joy, gratitude, laughter, unconditional love, clearing away old limiting thoughts and beliefs, anything tied to fear out of our minds, emotions tied to fear out of our hearts, energy in our energetic field and in our surroundings. Eliminate fear energy as much as we can, and then in our physical world, eliminating things that don't bring us joy anymore. And so there's all this cleansing, there's this movement, and that transforms the energy. So that's like energetically how you can the more you raise your love vibration, the faster it draws you guys to each other. The lower the vibration, the slower it takes. It's like anchors dragging on the bottom of the ocean. You're not going to go very far, very fast. Now, the other message I said that is coming in here for you with this Three of Cups, this is about community, and it's about finding, like, I feel like it'll be three of you, two besties. If you don't have two besties that you know will be with you the rest of your life, this is what happens first too. You draw in a support system of individuals where you guys support one another, but you also call each other out on your BS or old patterns. Like an old thing I used to do was shrink when I would get into a relationship, and shrink who I was and try to be who I thought they thought I should be. I had no idea. They were attracted to me for me, but then I thought, oh, I need to become something different to keep them. Pattern. And I would abandon all my friends and make them my life. And this is the kind of thing where if you have a pattern like that, your friends will be like, these two will be like, they show up at your door, knock, 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 and you're like, "Oh, hey," and you're like, "You've turned down every offer for us to go out and hang out and everything else. Have you found someone?" "Yes." "Or coming in." Like, it's time for an intervention, and so that's the kind of individuals that you guys will be for one another to help out of love, to help each other not shrink, to stay true to yourself, not get drawn into any kind of old cycle, old pattern regarding relationships and codependency and different things. So I love that for you. They'll come first, and then comes you know, the relationship, the partner. So hopefully that helps. That's what they have for you, Miss Tenacity. Many blessings to you. All right. Let me just move this over here. All right, and then Olivier Vagara, hello, hello, hello. Your question is, will you get to see Jerry back in this year? All right, let's take a look here. So will you get to see Jerry back this year? Let's take a look here. If it will make you happy, then yes. You got the 10 of hearts, which is joy overflowing, and the page of hearts, which is the 11 of hearts, right after the 10 of hearts, which is an expansion of heart and joy and love energy that comes in here. So uh, this would be a definite yes, a short and easy yes. Nothing more to add that to that there. Um, yeah. Well, okay, no, they're saying, well, we could just, mention that what comes before the 10 of hearts is the 9 of hearts. 9 of hearts is finding it's hermit energy, finding self-love. They're like, yeah, you'll see them back this year, but let's bring the focus back to your self-love because every external thing is a reflective of that. That comes first, then boom, boom, in other relationships and people and interactions. Because every relationship we have with everyone is a reflection of our love for ourselves. So they're like, well, we can just always take an opportunity to point you back here. And so they have. And so there you go. All right. Much love to you. Many blessings. Right. Vidi Jalan, you are up next. Hello, hello. So where are you being led towards in your fashion career? Being feeling very stuck and can really seem to navigate which area to move towards. All right, absolutely. You're very welcome. Let's take a look here. So I'm just going to take a quick sip here. All righty. So, any guidance from spirit? You know, and I pull cards here in a sec, but there's no wrong way to go. And sometimes we are stuck and we don't want to navigate to move forwards because we're afraid of making a wrong choice. And when we're afraid of making a wrong choice, it's because we're stuck in thinking what other people will think and what's the right way and the wrong way. And there's no right or wrong way. There's just different choices with different decisions. I'm sorry, different choices with, choice and decision is the same thing, Bretta. Um, there's different choices and decisions that just bring different experiences. So there's no wrong. There's just different experiences. And we don't have to figure out our entire life. It's like, where's your heart leading you? Where do you want to go? Follow your joy, follow your heart, get out of your head. Now let's pull some cards. Yeah, your spirit guides are like, but let's do this, right? Yeah. So you have the 5 of wands, which says diversity here, and then the 10 of wands, which is a bunch of energy being invested in things, right? Trying to do everything, trying to be everything. But the diversity card, I like that with the 5 of wands because that's what they're saying is there's like 5 different passions you can go in and you don't know which one to do because you're like, there's so many choices to make. And when we have so many choices and we feel like we just get exhausted because we're like, I feel like I need to do it all. But what they're saying here is to start at the top. What's that number one big thing at the very top, the big shining bright star? That it'll be shown to you if you follow your heart and follow your joy. It's like, what do you love doing in fashion? What is it that right? And the stuckness, I feel that stuckness and the what's holding you back is the supposed to. It's like, well, everyone else, this is what I should do, supposed to do, need to do, have to do, must do. But it's not following your heart, your high heart, your passion. What brings you joy? What brings you joy in fashion? And then just follow that. Where does that lead you to? Don't think about, well, I learned in school, blah, 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 blah. It's all good information, but your heart, that's all mind. Your mind's been taught a lot of stuff around fashion. It's good. It's a good resource. There's good tools up there in the Brainiac. But Down here, this is the passion, this is your heart. Follow that, it will show you and just take steps towards that. The brain, you can say, brain, you're coming along, but you're not ruling. You're a good advisor. You provide some good information, but the heart's leading the way. And I feel like that will help if you close your eyes and open your heart and go, what direction do I want to go? What do I love about fashion? Why did you choose fashion? Why did you want to get in fashion? What's your why? Return to your North Star. That's what that 10 of stars was at the very top. That's your North Star. That your why. Why did I get in here? That will guide you and keep you on track and allow you to align all your energy to head towards that. Whatever's not supporting your North Star, stop investing energy, money, and time in it and recalibrate. Follow your North Star. Why did I get into all this in the first place? Find out your true why. Did you get into it for popularity, to be on the cover of Vogue? Did you get into it for the money because you want to be filthy rich? Or why? What at the root? Why did you really? What draws you to fashion? I feel like that'll help. All right, so that's what they have for you, VD. Many blessings to you. Hang in there. Hopefully that is helpful. And then Magana, you are up. So hey, what do I need to know at this moment? All right, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know at this moment? None of that. All right. Let's take a look here. All right. 2 major arcana. So you've got the Moon card and a Mind card. You got Moon and Mind here. Very interesting energy here. Because the Justice card of the number 11 is about balancing our thoughts, our, lower vibration, small t truths of this world with the capital T truths of the high world, seeing things from a different perspective, cutting things away, but really connecting and looking, taking a step back. This moon energy is kind of like high priestess energy, stepping back, going up into your high priestess temple, connect to the moon, connect to the higher spirits, look behind the veil, dive deep into your emotions. So there really is this looking into head and heart and balancing energy here, balancing between the head and the heart. Moon energy is really coming forward here too, and I feel like you are more of an emotional being until you go into overthinking mode, right? That's funny, but because I'm like, I get it. I have a ton of water energy, and I'm a Pisces moon. I got a ton of water, so I can be very emotional. But I'm Aquarius sun and Capricorn rising. We are big thinkers, so I get it. I'm like, and to learn to kind of ride the waves in the middle has been our challenge, I imagine, for our lives here. But I get a daily planetary guide because it's convenient, and I make notes in it, and it gives you what the moon is doing each day is the reason why I brought that out. Whoops. And being aware of moon energy, because it changes every 2 to 3 days, and it brings a different taste, a different flavor to our emotions. Till you realize that, you kind of might feel like you're schizophrenic or emotionally unstable, because our emotions go from being it starts off like Aries fire, right? So we're fiery. And then we go into groundedness and very boom. Then we go into the mind and overthink, right? And then we dive deep into the emotions and get very emotional, and then fire again. And it's every, 2 or 3 days, we're changing, like every week we go through all 4 elements ish. And then again and again 3 times, because we go through the entire zodiac in 28, 29 days. But each of those, we have 3 flavors of fire, 3 flavors of earth, 3 flavors of air, 3 flavors of water that we go through too, and that'll impact us differently depending on our birth chart. So you can start to sit with the moon and go, what am I feeling when moon is in Virgo? Oh, I'm very grounded on when the moon is in Virgo, and I'm very focused on my body. Okay, yeah, I get it. Okay, and now when the moon switches here, I think well, it's going to go into the big thinking Libra, partnership energy, that kind of thing next, and then into Scorpio. So we go through all this, right? Energy. And I feel like Spirits is saying if you're aware of it and you track it and it helps you uh, use that energy in the best possible way instead of being used by it and being thrown all over the place. It's like instead of standing on the beach, up to like your knees in the water and getting slammed by waves all over the place and knocked all over, you're surfing it instead and looking cool, right? So that's what they want you to know right at this moment, right now. Magana, hopefully that helps. So many blessings to you. All right. And then we have Ashvin Ray. Hello, hello. You'd like a general for March. Jumping ahead. Jumping into March, March, March. What does Spirit want you to know right now about March? All right. So you do have here, you've got the Four of Hearts, which is the Four of Cups, and you got the Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Trees, they call it here. No, you don't. It's the Eight of Stars. I'm sorry, I saw the tree and I thought of trees, but this is the Eight of Stars, which is the Eight of Wands. My apologies. So March feels like here, Ashvin, you're a bit bored at the beginning of March. You're just kind of like, my heart is it's just here. It just feels like, meh, nothing exciting. I want excitement. Well, Eight of Wands, surge of excitement, surge of activity, surge of a lot of things. But I do feel here that um, it's you initiating it. It's like saying, it's a month of instead of waiting for things to come to you, instead of waiting for people to make decisions, for people to initiate things, for people to go things, it's a time for you to follow your heart. You had the Queen of Hearts on the bottom here and the Emperor too. So you got the father and mother energy here, but you've got this Queen of Cups is about following your heart. Where do you follow your gut? What do I want to go do? Make plans, invite people to do things. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm tired of just sitting around doing nothing and nothing happening. I am initiating things. I am taking that's that Emperor energy, Aries energy. All right, this is what I want to do. Come on, I'm making plans. Who's going to go with me? Instead of, well, does any wait for someone to invite me to go do something? It's you stepping up the month of March and going, all right, here we go. Which March 20th is Aries, the beginning of that in spring and the equinox, at least in the northern hemisphere. It's the equinox, but it's spring, fall. So I love this for you because I feel like it's going to be a month of, all right, I'm tired of just feeling bored. I told my like I'm never ever bored ever 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 because when I was a teenager, I told my mom I'm bored, and she goes, "Great, the garage needs cleaning." So I had to go clean the garage, and so after that, I always found something to do. That's what I feel for you, Ashvin. That's your march. So march in and create a march. Let's go. All right. That's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. That's too funny. All right. And then Hot Sun. Hello. So can you try again with Gary's feelings, intentions, and next actions towards me in the bottom of the deck? It's not romantic. They keep showing up in your dreams lately. All right. Let's take a look here. Hunting your dreams. Okay. Okay. Bottom of the deck. Well, you got the Emperor energy here. This Emperor energy, that would relate to intentions and next action. Or not intentions, but next actions. I feel like the Emperor energy is like someone trying to figure out what they want to do. Then I'll make the plan. Then I'll take action. But so they're still in the figuring out stages, right? what all this is here. um Interesting energy. So for feelings and intentions, you got the Six of Wands, the Six of Stars, and the Two of Trees, which is the Two of Pentacles. Again, I've got this going back and forth with the Two of Trees. Well, on this side, blah, blah, blah. Well, on this side, blah, 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 blah. Well, this side, blah, 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 blah. I feel like that's more the intention energy. Again, that makes sense with next actions. I don't know. Either want to do this or I want to do this, but I don't know which. And they're kind of just standing out there in a fork in the road going, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Their feelings with the Six of Stars, the Six of Wands, it's energetic attraction. So it's like there is this draw, but I feel like it's an equal draw between the two of you because six is very balanced with the stars on either side. You say it's not romantic, but there is this energetic draw to you, to each other. And it could be past life. Six of Cups for me is one of my past life kind of draws that come in here. And so there can be this underlying energy that draws you guys together and you don't understand then, and that makes sense why they're showing up in your dreams too, because your subconscious dream world is also the hallway to the Akashic records for you. And so there's the emotions and energy from past lives is under there bubbling up into your dreams. Look, and then in the middle of that card here, you got the Ankh, which is the represents reincarnation in multiple lives, right? So I feel like a big piece of what's going on, and I don't feel like they understand that energetic draw that's between you. Um, and so you could have past life energies of being all sorts of things for each other, lovers, brothers, parent, child, best friends, whatever that's bubbling around and coming through here. But I feel like they're in a place of, I wouldn't say confusion, but it's more indecision on what's going on here. But they feel this stuff. This is weird. And this is a year. Last year was a big year of connecting to our opening up like 1% more into our subconscious. And so we became more and more aware of past life connections and energies that are below the surface in the subconscious. This year, it's like we're getting 10 times of as much of that. And especially with the changing of our north nodes into Pisces for the collective, sending us very much into our subconscious and spiritual connection. There's this spark that's happening. So hopefully that helps a little bit there, Hudson. I just feel like there's a lot of emotion below the surface that's flowing. They don't get it. They don't understand it. They're not sure what this means. Does it mean this? Does it mean this? Do I want to do this or do you want this? I don't know. And then next actions. Well, I don't know. I have to decide this. I have to have the plan before I take action, but I don't know what the plan is yet. So that's the energy that I'm picking up, Hudson. So hopefully that helps. So many blessings to you. All right. Hang in there, everybody. I think we got 3 more left here. Boom, boom, boom. All right. And then Victoria Huber Ramirez. Hey, I'm excited to get to your winner for being, your reading for being the winner, last week's winner. Like I said, I'll probably get to it on Tuesday unless this colonoscopy tomorrow, just, with this cleanse I'm going to be on in the next 24 hours, gives me energy and I'm all excited and present and connected, then I'll do it, but probably Tuesday. I'll probably be just scarfing down food for like 10 hours. Anyway, so you want to know what's coming towards you in the near future. Like, focus, brudda-zen, focus. Come on. All right. So what is coming next to you in the near future? Oh, I really like this for you because you got the Temperance card, which is about alchemy, and it's changing things, it's altering things. There's this wonderful movement that's coming. And you've got the Page of Hearts, which is, they have the Ace of Cups. It's about connecting to higher love, and it can mean new love that will be coming in here too, which we'll get to in your reading. We're gonna dive into that area of your life. But definitely, I feel like there's a change of heart. A lot of what's happening in here. And I feel like it's a change of heart of romance. I feel like it's a change of heart of what you want to do with the rest of your life. I feel like there's just this, all of these have really hearts, but you can see the heart in the middle of his chest and the heart in the middle of the tree. It's just things are changing, things are altering, things are evolving, things are, alchemy is about an introduction of something, taking something and you're making it new. It's like they usually take like a base metal and they do this magic and it goes back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Each time the magic is changing it slowly and slowly more towards gold. And then out of nowhere, gold. Psh, there it is. And that's what I feel is happening here. Your heart has been changing around things, but I like this change of life, this change of energy that's coming in for you with all of this. This is the year of transformation, I could talk about. It's the year of the wood snake, which is all about shedding your old skin easily. And I love, I heard an analogy of a snake easily moves out of its skin because after it does its wiggling and gets the skin loose from it, then it slips out of it just as, and it leaves the old behind, moves into the new. So it's a big year of transformation for you, for everyone, the whole collective, but definitely you'll be noticing it in these changes that will be coming forth. And we'll definitely dive deep into these, um, get more specifics when I do your reading. But I feel like in the near future, it's going to be mainly first the change of your romantic heart. I feel like there's going to be some release of some. Maybe after the reading, we get into asking some details about individuals and different things, and what's meant for you. I feel like it's going to give you a different perspective. I feel like your reading will, because there's love involved in that reading. You'll be able to see things differently, and it's going to make you go, oh. And so your heart changes. I'm going to go do this. And it brings excitement. It brings passion into your life. And I like that. And then we'll talk about job and other stuff in that too. That comes later. But I feel like the change of heart comes first for romance and partnership changes. So I'm excited for you, Victoria. So um, Tuesday, Wednesday, if worst case scenario, but I'm going to try for Tuesday. Okay. All right. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. I know it's exciting. All right. And then Teresa Brown. Thank you so much. Hello, hello. Zen sexy voice. So, can we tell you about your man? Will you know him? When are you going to meet him? That's right. Come on. You're so funny. All right. So, all right. That one and the when. So let's take a look here. Will you know him? I don't feel like you're gonna like you know him now. The Three of Wands is about a change of direction. This is telling me that they're gonna be someone that's not your normal, like you're like, uh, I wouldn't have picked them. I wouldn't have thunk if I saw a crowd and I'm like, no, it won't be them, it'll be them. But they're gonna be different than you normally would normally be on your list or your type. And I like it because you're taking an off, the Three of Wands is about with new information, you take a different direction and go, you know what? I'm just going to do this. And kind of the energy I feel like that is, instead of pursuing, trying to find love, you're living your passion. You're going out and doing things you love. You're going to hanging with friends. You're going on trips with friends. You're, you know, taking a cuisine course, you're learning how to paint, you're doing things that are creative and you love doing. And while you're doing that, you bump into someone, and like the example they're kind of showing me in my head is like you go to a cuisine class, right? And you end up going by yourself because your friend backs out and goes, "Oh, I'm sick, I can't go." And you're like, "I already paid for it." For your own, they paid for theirs. It sucks for them, but you're like, "Well, I'm not gonna miss out. I'm gonna go anyway." And you go, and because you're by yourself, they have someone else that's there by themselves, and they're like, "Hey, do you mind if they partner up with you?" You're like, "No, sure." And you're like, "Oh, cool. Hey, nice to meet you." You're not like, "Oh my gosh, yes, partner with you." It's like, oh, not your usual type that you're just like, you know, drooling over. But as you guys are cooking together and conversating and laughing and everything else, you're like, "Oh my god, they are so fun." I haven't like you've been crying, laughing, and, getting in trouble together by the instructor. "Zuh, zuh, 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 cut your vegetables," And so you guys end up going, "Hey, do you wanna grab a coffee afterwards or whatever?" "Yeah," or blah, 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 and you guys talk and everything, and you just it's that kind of energy that's there. When are you gonna meet him? Yeah, see, Page of Swords, learning something new. The Page of Swords is about new thought, new things, new. So you do meet them learning something new. So it's important for you to it's like you're changing the way that you're approaching love, and you're not like your passion isn't trying to find love, your passion is cooking or whatever. And it's like, go do this, right? And go learn, and you meet someone. That's where you meet your man, is through that. And you're like, wow, and he can cook. Woohoo! But you guys end up sharing your passions, and you're like, oh my God, I love that too. And like, hey, they have a class on doing that. Let's go do that. And I feel like you guys, that's how it evolves. So there you go, Teresa. That's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. All right. And then lastly, but not leastly, we have Amir Khan. Hello, hello. So you want to tell you about your girlfriend. Her name is Sweetie. All right. So let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know around your girlfriend here. Oh, none of those. Let me reshuffle here. All right. Tell us about Sweetie. All right. Here we go. All right. Wow, we got a lot of emotional, not emotional, but power of choice energy that's coming in here. The path, which is the Chariot card in the Standard Tarot, Cancer sign energy, which is very emotional energy, of course, ruled by the moon, um, and the Two of Trees, Two of Pentacles, which is about balance and the need for balance. So, what they want you to know. I feel like what will help you in your relationship with her, of course, is that she feels things very deeply, very nurturing, mother energy. There's a lot of this emotion that's below the surface. So, um, moon energy is very powerful. It means it rolls over all our emotions, right? Cancer signs, and if anyone has like water signs or water moons, experience life differently than every other human character. Everyone experiences things differently, but they experience the emotional world differently. They sense people's emotions and think everyone feels this way. So sometimes she's like, she might get mad at you for not knowing how she's feeling because she feels everyone's emotions. She picks up on energies of everyone. She knows what you're feeling. And um, so she can forget that other people don't, and that can cause some friction, right? But for you, it's good to know, I mean, because she can be passionate like no other, right? Because when her emotions are all in alignment with the moon's, you might even track the moon. I know, I know, sometimes partners track menstrual cycles because they know that things impact women hormonally and everything when they go through that. It's not an easy life they live. So big shout out to women and what they have to go through with that. But in addition to that, every cycle of 28, 29 days, which is the menstrual cycle, we also go through the entire zodiac and the moon energy. I have a little, I get this planetary guide each year because they're not that expensive and they tell you all the planets, but the moons are highlighted so you know what moon something is in. So you know when a water moon is coming in, going to be very much more emotional than normal. Um, and then when it's a fire moon and it's every 2 to 3 days, it changes signs. So when there's a fire moon, very passionate, very also very, you know, snap. And then there's earth energy, feel very grounded. Like we had a Virgo moon the last couple of days. Did you notice if she was feeling more grounded and more, seeming stable and balanced, right? And then the air energy, she can get into her head and overthink things. And that's what happens every 2 to 3 days. We go through all the four elements, and then we repeat it again and repeat it again. Then we repeat it all again the next month. So I feel like it's important for you to know that because that will help. You think that she's, you know, is she bipolar? Well, moon signs and water signs and people with water moons can feel like that because until you realize it, until we realize it, until we track it ourselves, because I have a Pisces moon, I felt like I was schizophrenic and I was moody and I felt different things all the time. And I'm like, why am I just want to feel stable. And there's that stability of the two of pentacles too, of balance. And realizing that, then we can start using the moon energy instead of having the moon energy use us. So I feel like that's an important thing for you to know right now, Amir. And be interesting just to observe, right? Just follow the moon and see what sign it is, and you don't have to have a book, whatever. You can even, because in this book it tells you like a moon in Aries, what kinds of the characteristics around it. You can search Google Aries moon energy, and it'll bleh, throw some information out for you, and you can go, oh, so that's normally, and then you go, how is this impacting it? And then you're like, wow. Then you can make the most of your relationship by allowing that energy to be. Because if you know it's going to be fiery and feisty and whatever, then you're like, let's plan some sort of physical activity in the outside world. Let's get that energy rolling out of you. And then, of course, other exercise activities are highlighted during that time. And it's like, wow, but then when in a water moon, then it's like, honey, I brought you some chocolates and some flowers because I love you. Oh, crying on on the spot. But it creates that bond deeper between you. So you can don't manipulate the energy, right? You can use the energy to grow your relationship and have an easier relationship when we realize that too. So that's what they have for you, Armir. So many blessings to you. All right, everybody, that is it. After I'm done here, I will post a comment listing the order in which the readings were completed and pin it so you can find your reading more easily. I will be back on Friday for more free readings. If you're interested in something in between that, I do offer personal readings. There's a link down below. We'll dive deep into those, um, into your life, into what you're wanting to know. Also, throughout the week, I meet with my YouTube channel members. I have a Zen Cricket membership at $2.99, a Praying Mantis at $7.99. We get together on Wednesday nights for a couple hours at least, pulling cards, asking questions, past life readings, oracle readings, astrology, whatever we want to talk about, we dive into. And that's both groups together. And then Praying Mantis has their own night on Thursday nights for a couple hours, as well as on Friday and Saturday night and Sunday afternoon sessions. We have an hour or so together. Also get advanced access to all of my readings, and in my sessions, you get prioritization after donations. I always make sure to complete your readings on those days. So if you're interested, there's a link for the memberships as well. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for all the love and all the support, all the thumbs up. It does help support the channel and help spread the Zen love. So thank you, all my Zen friends. And until I see you guys again, remember every second of every day of your life, you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Cosmic Father, the Cosmic Mother, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, much love. Hang in there. Take care.